welcome to brand new session of React Native Tutorials 2020 by UA Studios. My name is Usaid Athar and I will be your instructor for this tutorial. In this tutorial, what we will be creating an infinite carousel view in which we will have a carousel view which will automatically scroll to the indexes like it's happening. It is automatically scrolling to indexes. Let's say if it's reached to the last index, it will automatically scroll to the first index, then so on. It will automatically scrolling into indexes, as you can see here. We can also scroll into indexes by ourselves, as you can see. Before we start, I want you guys to subscribe to UA Studios by clicking at the bottom right corner of your screens so that you won't miss any new video tutorial from UA Studios. Now let's dive into the implementation for the carousel view. What I did, I created a new React Native project using Expo, and I also added a React navigation dependency into our project. So what I will do, I will now go to the app.js file and remove all this code and start implement React navigation by default code in the app.js file. So let's type React from import create app container sorry from React Navigate. If you are watching this tutorial for the first time, or you haven't watched my previous tutorials for the React navigation, I recommend to watch React navigation tutorial before if before you dive into this tutorial. If you don't know about the React navigation, I will be sharing React navigation tutorial link in the description, so you can watch that tutorial as well. Then we need to import the home screen, so I will create a new folder with the screen. In this screen I will create a home.js. Now let's import this home into app.js file. Right, then we have constant app equals create app container stack navigator, then export default app. What it's saying, okay. We are done with the app.js implementation. Now we have to type boilerplate code for the home screen. So let's type the boilerplate code on the home screen. Now in home screen, start typing import react from react then we have import view text from react native, then type constant home equals navigation then return view. Now type a text. Welcome to UA Studios. Save this file. Now export default home. Save this file and run. As you can see, we have successfully implemented the home screen. Now let's create component folder, in which we will be creating carousel. We will be creating two component. First will be the carousel component, then we will have carousel item component. So let's create a component folder. Then we will create a carousel.js file. Then we will have carousel item.js. For carousel view, what we have this image view, then we have this title, and then we have description. So we need to add three components, uh, three items to the carousel item component. So go to the carousel item, then start typing import react from react, then import view style sheet text image and dimensions from React Native. Then we need to get the width and height of the screen. So constant width comma height equals dimensions dot get into window, then constant carousel item item here add a view. First what we need an image, so add image. Then above the image we will have a view, and inside the view we will show two texts, one with title and the other would be description. Then description, right? Then now style these views and images. So now go to create a style, constant styles equals style sheet dot create. Sorry about that, I'm not really feeling well, so just bear with me. Now here card view, we will have a card view in which we will have the image, then text. So style the card view first, flex 1, then we need to set the width. So the width would be -20 of the total screen. Then we have height one third of the total height of the screens. So now background color, give it white. Then we have margin, give margin 10 on all sides. Border radius, just give it 10 would be fine, I guess. Shadow color, then shadow offset, 0.5, then height to be 0.5 as well. Then we have shadow opacity, 0.5. Then shadow radius to 3. Then set elevation to 5. This will add the, if you don't add elevation, you won't see shadow on the Android devices, so you need to add elevation. Okay, then add the style for the text view. That would be this view, which will contain text and descriptions. So add style for the text view, right? Text view, position, I want this position to be absolute. What it will do by setting the position absolute, we will have this text view above the image, right? So like we needed this is the image view, and this whole view is above the image. So what this absolute does what this absolute do, it will position the whole title and description above the card view. So absolute, then bottom 10, and margin margin 10, left 5. Okay, now we have to set the style for the image. So image width 20 pixels minus the actual width of the screens. Then height same as the height of the container card view. Add border radius, then now add style for the this title. Item title, color would be white. Then I want the font size for the title to be 22. Then this shadow color, then we have shadow offset, then we have shadow opacity, margin bottom give it 5, font weight bold, then we have this elevation, style to the description. So item description, here add color white, then font size say 12, then shadow color shadow offset, 0.8, then height into 0.9, 8 would be fine, so 0.8, shadow opacity 1, then we have shadow radius 3, then elevation to 5. Now add all these styles into our views. So first add style to card view, style equals styles dot card view, then add style to image, styles to image, then add style to this text container. So styles dot text view, style equals styles dot item title, then we have style equals styles dot description. Item description. Now let's assume what I will get in this item prop. I will get the data for these items. So let's add these source. In the source I will get URI into item dot URL, right? Then in the title item dot title, then here in description I will get item dot description. Now I will add a JSON into a JSON file for the data of for this carousel items. Now I need to add a data file which will be in JSON. So create a new folder with the name of data, and in this data folder I will create a new file called data.js, and this it will consist of JSON. What I have in this JSON format, I have this title, description and ID. Now let's implementing the carousel.js file. So here start typing import react from react, then import, also I will use state, so add use state and use effect. These are the states, these are the hooks from react native, from react obviously. So import view comma text, then button, then we don't need a button, so then add style sheet, then we have dimensions, scroll, no, flat list, animated from React Native, then import carousel item from carousel item, get the width and height of the screen, so constant width height equals dimensions get window, then constant carousel equals, here we will get the prop with the name of data, so then constant, no, we will add a condition if data, and then data dot length means if we have valid data and data dot length is greater than 0, so then we will show our carousel view, return here view, we will add flat list, to data, then key extractor equals item and index, the key extractor, the key should be unique, so what we'll do, we will get key name plus index always would be unique, so 0, it will start from 0 till the last item of the data, so index, then I want this flat list to be horizontal, so horizontal true, then paging enabled, which will allow our flat list to be stay on every item, want scroll enabled, then we have snap to alignment equals center, I want every item to be in center, so then we have scroll to event throttle, what it does, it will scroll to the item a little bit fast, so add 16, then decelerate rate equals fast, then I don't want to show the horizontal indicator, so show scroll horizontal scroll indicator equals false, then render item, item. Here item equals item. What we are doing, passing we are passing an item from this data into this carousel item prop item, right? So okay, then we need to create this dot. So we will create this dot. Now start implementing for the this dot view. So view, to let's add style. Style equals styles dot. I will create the style for this dot view. Then we have this data dot map, comma, then let opacity equals position interpolate here input range 1 I plus 1, output range 0.3 comma 1 comma 0.3 with 10. Then we have to set background color. It will be like a little bit dark gray. So exa for this color would be 595959. I want margin between these dots to be 8. Then border radius, I want this to be circles, so border radius it will be like 5. Save this file. Then we close this braces, then this, okay, then this and this view, right? So now this is the closing the braces for this condition, right? If the condition gets false, then we will log return null, so we won't show any carousel to the view. So return null. Then let's start creating style for this dot view, right? So constant styles equals style sheet dot create dot view. Now here dot view. So sorry, we need to replace the style sheet with styles. So dot flex direction. I want this the dot views into the center. So flex direction equals row. Then justify content to be in center, right? Now at the end, export default carousel. Now at the flat list, we need to add the implementation for this dot view. How we can handle this dot views, this pagers whenever the item for this carousel get changed, right? So what we will do, we have this prop called on scroll. Here we will implement animated dot event dot event. Then we have a navigation, sorry, native event. Here content offset x. This carousel component into our home screen. So import carousel from component carousel. Then we need to get data. So dummy data. This can be any data from, let's say, from the response of the JSON. So you can use that data. I'm just creating a dummy data, I'm not getting the response from the API. So let's get this dummy data from dummy data. Now let's add this carousel view, carousel data. It has a prop with the name of data, so dummy data, right? Now save all these files and run the project. Okay, it's an S, so adds S to carousel item dimensions. Save this file again. Okay, we can find the variable view. Okay, on which class? On the carousel class. So we need to add view. Save this file and run it again. Okay. Okay. Go to carousel item. At the bottom, I forgot to export default. Right. Export default into carousel item. Right. Save this file, and then we have uh, okay. Okay, now React, import React from not the React Native but from React, right? Save this file again and run. As you can see, I've successfully implemented this carousel view, but we are now unable to get this pager dots. So let's look into it, why it's not showing up. Now in the carousel class, go to the view where we added this pager dots, and here we have some spelling mistakes. For height, GST, save this file. Now you will get this pager indicator. Now what we have to do, we have to add uh, infinite scroll view. So we will add the logic how we can automatically scroll these. So now let's implement this. Here we added use state and use effect hooks from the React. Now we need to create a function that will automatically scroll to our indexes, right? So let's first get flat list reference. Now we will create a function. Here function infinite scroll. Here we will return the data list. Now constant number of data, we need to get the total data list. So total data list count, so data list dot length. Then we have let scroll value equals 0, then scrolled, this will be 0 as well. Then we will set the timer, set interval, function, and here start implementing the logic. Scroll plus plus, whenever this interval gets called, it will increment by 1. Scroll plus plus, then we have if scrolled is less than number of data, then scrolled equals scrolled value plus width. Then in else, what is happening in this if condition, if this is not the last element, then add the scroll value and then plus the width of the screen, so we will get the last item after going after every interval. And then if we get the last item, we will set the scroll value to be 0. Then it will our carousel will start from the start again. So on the else condition, type scroll value equals 0, then scrolled equals 0, right? Then what we will do, we will navigate, we will scroll to the indexes, selected indexes. So flat list dot scroll to offset animate it, true, then offset scroll value. Okay, then uh, we will run after every 3 seconds, right? Now use data variables by using the use state hooks. So constant data comma data list comma set data list from use state data. It will initialize with the data that we are passing into this carousel, right? Then what we will do, we will use effect hook, which will run only one time whenever this functional component get initialized, right? So here set data list to data, then infinite scroll to data list, then save this file and run it. Let's wait for 3 seconds. Okay, we don't have anything. This dot flat list into scroll to offset. Okay, to do we need to pass the reference for this flat list. So here type ref equals flat list equals this is dot flat list equals flat list. Save this file, and here the spelling for infinite scroll is wrong, so correct it and save again, then run this project. Scrolling, so there was a spelling mistake here, so we need to remove this I from here, as well. Then we have scroll value and scroll, so we will add the scroll value into scroll value, right? So save this file again and run again. As you can see, this gets scroll automatically. Also we can scroll by ourselves, right? So we have achieved what we want to. We created a carousel view with automatic scrolls with page indicator, right? We have this title and description, we have this image, right? Okay, if you like this tutorial, please like, share and subscribe to UA Studios. Thank you for watching.